Hello and welcome back to the Kitchen Counter series. My name is Brian Chapp. It's been some time since we had an episode, but I'm very lucky and thankful to have Moitree from Colgate with us today. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what e-retail means, as that's a new term within the industry.
Thanks, Brian. Hi, everybody. I'm Moitree Rahman, and I work for Colgate Palmolive on their global digital organization, managing more of the digital measurement transformation on our side. It's a pretty new group within Colgate, but it definitely shows our overall ambition of how we want to transform the company by moving away from a very traditional TV-led transformation to more about like omni-channel and digital transformation led company. So happy to be here with you, Brian. It's not minimizing any resources. It's not like the machine is taking over all the people and the people are leaving. It's everything's going to be digital and going to magically happen. It's really about being nimble and agile, right? In execution, how we do it, and digital inherently has been built in a way that it allows us to react, first of all, predict, and then react and take action in a very quick and agile manner. So that's the transformation about, and just like I said, like digital plays such a critical role in that place because of the way this whole infrastructure has been built.
Right.
What's interesting is that, when we think about TV is also being transformed digitally as well. So digital doesn't only mean to us like just displaying online video. It is the way that TV is also bought today. For example, CTV. How do you categorize that? Is it digital or is it traditional TV, right? It sits somewhere in between. It is TV, but it allows us to buy media in a very digitally enabled way, through programmatic, all that stuff. So we're seeing a very interesting convergence of like this traditional media as well as like digital capabilities and converting this very conventional platforms into more like digital-ish platforms.
Yeah.
So our digital transformation includes all of this nascent emerging channels as well as traditional channels, which are taking a more digital transformation as well.
Yeah, it's a great point. As far as like video goes and traditional linear, what we're seeing is a lot of companies out there are starting to focus more on how do you foster cross talent or like hybrid resources in some cases, because these walls are starting to break down. And as opposed to just forcing old models, how do you kind of reinvent that future?
Exactly. And one thing I'd also highlight is that part of digital transformation is also digital upskilling.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just bringing in new ad tech, martech stack, but also transforming your people resources, training them in a way that they can adopt to these new solutions, right? And know how to run the show. I will pick up the last term that you used, right? Like the consumer journey or consumer centricity. So over the last several years, like Colgate has shifted the way it has approached, the way we interact with consumers. Or the way we invest. It's more people centric. So before we think about all of these like platforms, like what new platforms, what is the new shiny new objects out there, right, the way we're now changing our perspective is the way is like where our consumers are. Right. So, and over the past couple of years, it's been evident everywhere that this new terms like e-retailers, like D2C, that are gaining more momentum, just because people have shifted their buying patterns from physical stores to these online stores, and that has opened up like a floodgate of opportunities for advertisers like us to how we can reach our consumers at the right time. So, we are taking an approach of like consumer centricity. So people first, where they are, if they are not on in physical stores because of lack of mobility, if they are on their computers, where are they shopping? Is it on Walmart as opposed to Walmart stores, or is it on Amazon? Because it offers more convenience to them, right? So we're taking the consumer first approach and looking at it that way. Now, and that again brings a lot of challenges, because now how do you categorize all of this like buying platforms for us so we can make sure we are making smarter choices? And again, that it needs to follow consumer journey, right? The beauty of having a all of these like e-retailer or e-commerce platform is that we know that people are closer to making their purchase, right? So that gives us a more like a good prioritization framework. Like if we really need, it's not awareness driven, right? We need, this is a very well established product or brand, and we really need to push them to make that click on buy now button, right? So we know that that is happening on the checkout section, right? Not necessarily on a display unit, rather maybe on Amazon or maybe on Instacart. So like, and so that's how we shift our gear. Like if it is really like lower funnel driven, like purchase driven, we focus our energy and effort there where people are closer to making that last action, right? So that's probably not clearing up the ambiguity of the terms, but just I'm saying is that how we are approaching from our side in like all of these consumer touch points. To us, it's not just new platforms; it's like different consumer touch points.
Right. And that sale being the ultimate goal, that's one tactic as part of the overall funnel, right? You're obviously complementing that with awareness driven approaches or conquesting approaches or upsell approaches to try to provide a little bit more clarity for the audience when it comes to e-retail. This is about selling products online and partnering with people who have products online, but don't think about it strictly as advertising approaches, right? These are marketing partnerships where data can be exchanged, where product placement can be placed in the specific areas on those websites, as opposed to just someone going in and saying, I want a 300 by 250 ad placed within Walmart in hopes that they sell the product, right? That's certainly part of it, but it's not the piece of the pie, right? If we continue to use these bad food analogies.